Hello there, it's Francis here from Generational Wealth Academy. Now on today's video, I am going to be showing you how to install a custom robot on your MT4. And by that I mean a custom indicator or a custom auto trader on your MT4. Now, what I am going to be using obviously are softwares created to be used on the MT4, not the MT5. At the moment, it is the case that all of my own indicators and auto traders are to be used on the MT4. So that's basically what I am going to be showing you today. So to do that, you would obviously have to, save the software, from whoever you got it from or the company got it from, whether it's a website or a Telegram group or channel or something. You will have to save it somewhere on your folder on your computer where you could pick it up, to use. Having done that, you would then obviously come to your MT4 platform, go to the top left hand corner here where you have the file. You click on the file tab and then you go to open data folder, data or data, open data folder. So this would open up the data folder. This is actually the data folder. You can see there it has more folders in there. Let me just minimize this, so we still have the MQ. So we still have the chart in the background. So I'll minimize this. So this is basically the folders in there. The one you now want is the MQL4. MQL4, you click on it to open it up or double click on it as the case may be, and then you have even more folders within that folder. Now the folders that are most important to most Forex traders are this one, the experts folder, and of course this one, the indicators folder. Now for the purpose of this video, I am going to be installing an indicator. I'm going to be installing one of my own indicators, called the Precision Trader. What I am going to be doing is I will open this up. If it was an auto trader, otherwise known as an EA or expert folder, it would go in there. But I am going to be installing an indicator in here. So what I do is I open that up. Having done that, you can see here. Let me just make this slightly bigger. So you can see here it has a whole lot of other indicators in there, and it is the case that all these indicators are among the ones that you use, which have come to you by default or as a default, with the MT4. So what I am going to be adding is my own custom indicator. I'm going to be adding it, to be included among this number. So what you would then do is to go to wherever you saved the indicator and pick it up from there, copy it and come and paste it in here. So let me just do that now. I'm going to be going to pick it up and come and paste it in here. Okay, so you can see I have opened up another folder, as it were. Let me just move this. Let me make it smaller. I mean, you don't have to do this. I just thought I'll go through this process, just in case someone else wants to perhaps do it this way. I could have just gone and copied the software and come in here, right click and paste it in there. Obviously I have not copied it, so this would not be highlighted. So what I am going to be doing here, this is the indicator, Precision Trader. So I basically just right click on it. I right click on it. I copy it. I come in here because this is the folder from the MQL4, obviously, which is part of the MT4. I right click on it and paste it in there. I right click on it and paste it in there. Otherwise, what I could do, since I have these two folders open side by side, is to basically click on this and drag it into here, anywhere here. That would do it. But let's, do it the other way as well. We could copy it as we did before. Come anywhere here, right click and paste. So because we've right clicked and pasted, or rather because we copied it, we can see it still has this in the folder where I saved it. I cut out basically because I only just copied it and pasted it here. If I had dragged it in here, it means that I am basically moving it. Even as you can see there it says move to indicator. It basically means if I do that, I am moving it out of this particular folder altogether. I'm sure you might want to retain it in your computer, so you basically just copy and paste it in here. And like you can see here, we now also have it in there. So what I would then do is to close this one and also close this one. So having done that, you then go to view. Initially you went to file, but now you're going to view a different window. You're going to open up another window. So you click on view, go to Navigator Window. This is the Navigator window which is opened up. If you want to close it, you basically just go here, close it. If you want to open it, you come back to view and open it up. So basically we've copied the indicator into the indicators folder. You can see here it says indicator. It says indicator here, and it shows you all the different folders, all the different softwares within the indicator folder. If you were to minimize that, it basically hides all of them. You can actually click on it again to open it up, and that's it. Let's just close that for now so I can show you something else. You can see the indicator, the expert folder, which has all the expert advisors that are currently in there. This one, GWA Elite Trader, is one of my expert advisors, or one of my auto traders. That is already in there. It's the same process of copying it into the folder. You can actually close that as well, but because we are actually installing an indicator today, let's open that up. We'll open up the indicators folder. You can see some that are already in there, but you might say, how come the precision trader which we just copied in, it's not there yet? Aha, it's because you will need to refresh this area. Just click on anywhere here, right click on it and choose refresh. Just watch and you would see it there shortly. And you can see there we have it. It's now showing there. So which means we have successfully installed the precision trader into our MT4. We now want to begin to make use of it. And to do that, there are two ways of doing it. You could either click and drag it onto the body onto the chart itself, or you could double click on it. It brings up this window. These are, some of the parameters, you might want to change accordingly. Now, what's going to happen is by the time I click on that, it's going to ask me to contact the vendor, to get or to obtain a password. Some indicators will come to you and they are absolutely free. They don't require any passwords. Others, on the other hand, if they are, if you got them from a company or a website where you require subscription is required to be paid, then obviously you would need to contact the vendors or the owners of the indicator so as to get a password from them. That's exactly what's going to happen here. You just watch. Let's click on this. And you can see here, it basically shows us my name. It shows us my name and obviously the account number, for this particular account. a new password is required. As with this indicator, a new password is required, when you install it in any new broker. So if I have broker 1, a password is required for that indicator to work on that broker's platform. And if I have another broker 2, a new password would also be required. So for this particular broker, this is the registration information which I need to supply to the vendor. In that case, it's me. So if you are installing this, it will show your name and the account number. You supply us with that, and of course, we will generate a password for you. Now, what I usually advise my subscribers is that they take a screenshot of this, so that, we don't go back and forth, having perhaps typed in something erroneously. Maybe the name is spelled wrongly or some digit is missing. So I usually advise my subscribers to take a screenshot of this pop-up and send it to me, and we will generate a password for you. So basically, with this, you take a screenshot. This is your registration number or your license key, as the case may be. So what's going to happen now, a screenshot will be taken, you send it to me, and, we would send you the password. So you click on this, having taken the screenshot, and send it, and I'll show you what happens next, because we are going to then, get you the password for you to begin to work with it. So I would, basically save, I would put this video on pause and generate the password as the case may be. Okay, a password has now been generated. Let's go check that out. This is the password that has been generated, as it were. You can see it is pretty long. So what I would advise is, do not even begin to attempt to begin to type this out. Instead, let it be that you copy and paste the password without spaces in front or at the back of the password. Now, this is the way the password will currently come out to you. I mean, we might change that in the future, but this is the way it will currently come out to you. What you want to basically copy as your password should start from here. That is here. That should be where your password starts. You want to leave out this bit. As a matter of fact, to make it clearer, let's basically separate them. That is basically your password. Ignore this. Let's delete that. This is your password. You want to copy and paste it. Now, what I have noticed some people do is, in an attempt to copy it, they end up copying spaces. Let me just show you an example. You can see what's happened here. This one has been copied properly from here, but there is a space here. You might think it's just a little space, but it counts as a digit. So what you want to do really is to make sure you cover up that space, or you delete it. So there is now no space at the end and no space at the beginning. This first part of it, the date here within parentheses or brackets, as we call it in the UK, is part of your password. You basically want to copy all of it. This is the date your password would expire. So by the time it expires, obviously you would not be able to use it anymore. You would have to contact the vendor again to get a new password. So basically, like I say, make sure you do not copy any spaces. If you triple click, if you're on a Word document, as it were, if you triple click, that's what's going to happen. It's going to include a space. You then need to close off that space and pick it up to paste it within the indicator software. Okay, let's go back there now. So we come back here. You now do the same process again by double clicking. Double click on there, and here is where you will paste the password. You can see here it says pass. This space is where you're going to paste the password. And you have to be sure, even having done that, by going to the end and the beginning to make sure there are no spaces. So once you've done that, you can click on OK and you would see the indicator come on your screen. But before we do that, just to quickly say that if you do want the indicator to alert you as to when there is a possible setup, you would choose true. Otherwise, if you don't want any email alerts, you basically change that to false. I'm sure you do want to leave the sound on. Perhaps if you are in the kitchen, you have your computer in the kitchen and you are in the living room, what will happen is when the indicator comes on the chart, it also makes an audio sound. It makes an audio sound so that you can obviously hear it and know that there's a possible setup. So these are the other bits which you must attend to. Make sure you choose or you tick all of these boxes and you should be okay. Now these are the color and the sizes. I would explain that later, but in the meantime, let's just click on OK. And you can see on the screen here that the indicator has appeared on the screen, the blue ball and the silver ball as it is. Now, perhaps for some of you, you might think this is too small and want to increase the size of the ball. The way to do that is to right click anywhere on the screen, go to indicator list, and this is the only indicator at the moment, so you double click on that and you increase the size of the width, maybe to 4. You increase the size of the width for the other one as well, and when you close this, you will see that the indicator is bigger. So this is basically the process of installing the Precision Trader if you are using one of ours or any other custom indicator for that matter. Now, the final thing I would show you now is how to save it as a template, because what you don't want is each time you want to trade a new pair, you have to go through the whole process again. At the moment, you can see, we do have this on pound USD. As a matter of fact, let me close this Navigator window by going here. You can see we have it there. So you want to then save this as a template by going up here. You will click on save. I already have it in there, but obviously I'm doing it again for the process of for the sake of this video. So you click on save. You want to save it as a template. You want to save it as a template. I would basically change the name. You can call it whatever you want, but obviously it's good to always call it a name that you will remember it by. I would choose to call it Precision Trader because that's what it is. Now, because I already have it in there, I can either call it the same to override the previous one, or else I call it Precision Trader 2. And we save it. And of course, it means it is now saved in there. Let me show that to you. If you click on that again, you can see it has Precision Trader and it has Precision Trader 2. So okay, sorry about that. So basically what it is we now have it there as Precision Trader 2. If you were to open up a different currency pair, let's just open up another currency pair. For instance, let's open up USD JPY, and you can see it hasn't got the Precision Trader on there. If you want to apply the Precision Trader to this chart, you basically go there and choose it, and you can see it has applied it to this chart. If you want to apply to another chart, let's just choose some cryptocurrency. Let's choose Bitcoin, for instance. Where is Bitcoin? because this is the default template, but we want to use the precision trader. We click on it and it brings it up. So anyway, that's it for this video. I know it's rather long, but I suppose I had to do it this way to make it easy to understand, and it's you can actually follow through the process from beginning to end and work with it. So I encourage you to begin to make profits. If you do want to try out this indicator, do contact us and we would let you have it to try it out. You can see, basically, just to tell you, the silver balls are basically comes up, they alert you as to when there's a buy setup, and the blue ones alert you when there's a sell. Obviously, like I always say, you don't have to take every signal. We basically show you which one to take and how and when to take them, and obviously hopefully you'll make more profit. So if you had obviously entered this particular trade, you would have basically made a whole lot of money. Now if we go to USD/JPY and you had entered this trade, entered it here, it would have gone up and then taking you down for about 23 pips. If you are taking this particular one, let's imagine you took that one, you would have gotten over 60 pips for that. Anyway, do contact us and we will speak to you soon. Bye now. And just to add, by the way, if you are not in our trading community yet, you can join us on Telegram, and the details will be left behind at the bottom of this video somewhere, and you should be good to go. Okay now, bye.